Good morning, everyone. Today on the table we have Aviatrix 37 from Plaay Games. I quite enjoy this game. It's actually kind of a relaxing game, but there's a lot of tension. Makes a lot of fun. You are trying to replicate Amelia Earhart's trip around the world, and you're trying to do it in 30 days. Now, I am going to be in the Lockheed Electra, and each time I take damage, you have takeoff, fly low, in-flight, landing, crash landing to tell you what's going to happen. And each time you take damage, your results get a little bit harder. Now, I tried a couple yesterday, and unfortunately, I died on day 27 yesterday. I died over the water. I had to ditch the plane. I also tried it yesterday, and my plane totally broke down, and I had so much damage it took up the rest of the 30 days. So I'm hoping to make it today, and I think I'll explain the game as I go. To start off, you get 5 dice. You're going to roll the 5 dice, and I'm trying to get as far as I can on this particular map. Once I've done this map, I am going to move on to the next one. So it's going to transition all the way from Oakland, California until I get back around the world. So I'm going to roll 5 dice. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off. If I ever land in these airflows, I get an extra dice roll. And on takeoff, you can see that if I roll a 1, I move 1. If I roll a 2, I move 2. If I roll a 5 or a 6, I could take a 5, but I take damage. And if I roll a 6, I'm also going to take damage. So I'm trying to limit the amount of damage I have. I'll just show you the game as I go, and hopefully I can explain it well enough. So I'm going to take off, and I roll a 2. So in your log, you're going to write down 2. This is going to keep track of your time. I am going to have 5 dice. I'm going to move 2, 1, 2. You want to avoid the colored spaces here. That means you're flying too low to the ground, and your plane will take more damage the lower you are to the ground. So that's the first one. Second roll, I get 5 dice. I am going to roll a 2. So I write down the 2, and I'm going to move 2 more spots. I'm looking to land either in Tucson or in New Orleans. So that is the second one that's gone. Next one, I roll a 6. So now I have a decision. I can roll 6 and possibly take in-flight damage, or I can roll a 2 and probably safely land in Tucson. I think for the sake of this game and the video, I'm going to show you what happens. So I'm going to take the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope I do not regret that. And I'm going to take some in-flight damage. So you have charts. I'm going to go to the in-flight damage chart. And I'm going to roll. Oh, no, this is not good. So now I've got an so maybe I could be ending my flight quite soon. So I'm going to go which is underneath. So in flight, I want a low number. Oh, I rolled a 6. So now I have a mayday. Oh, geez. So mayday, I got to roll again. So now I'm going to the bottom part, and I rolled a 4. My engine is on fire. I need to ditch the plane. Oh, man. Well, so much for showing you guys how this is going to work. So now I've got to ditch my plane. So I'm going to go to ditch the plane chart. And I am over land, I believe. Yeah, I am over land. So this is going to be land. This is desert. So I am over land. I'm going to ditch the plane. Number 4, I crash in the field, total loss, but the pilot survives. So I just died. Wow, that was a quick video. Wow. Thanks very much, folks, for showing up. That's 4 minutes, and I'm dead and out of the... Well, how about if we go back? No, so that's just, maybe I'll redo this. Well, at least you got to see how it works. Let's take the 2. So we did 1, 2 on the first one, 1, 2 on the next one, 1, 2 on the next one. just so I can extend the video. So let's say I took the 2 rather than the 6. So you can see maybe when you take in-flight damage, not a smart strategy. I've never claimed to be a brain surgeon. So now I'm looking to land in Tucson. So I'm going to roll, and I roll a 1. So I roll a 1. So now I am going to take damage if this was like right here and I needed a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I rolled a 1, I'd have to ditch the plane. So now I'm going to land, but I'm going to take damage on my crash landing. So I didn't make it to the airport, so I need to crash land. So if you take a look at the plane so far, nothing looks good. I don't want to roll a 5 or a 6, or I'm going to get double damage. So let's just roll this, and I get a 2. So I'm going to land, but I'm going to crash land, and I'm going to take landing damage. So I'm going to go to the landing damage chart, and let's see what type of damage I take. It's a 5. That's never good when you roll a high number. My landing gear underbelly, I have 1 damage. So I have landed. I rolled, what did I roll? A 2, I guess. I landed in Tucson. I'm just going to put that down, and I have 1 damage. So I've landed, and I need to repair the dice. So what you do, if you have 1 damage, you roll 1 dice times Tucson's number. So it is a 4. So if I roll a 5, I'm going to have to take 22 hours squares to repair it. If I had 2 damage, I'd roll 2. I'd add them up. That'd be a 9. 9 times 4 would be 36. So 36 2-hour squares. So luckily, I only have 1 damage. So I am going to roll 1 dice, and I roll a 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. So I need to repair 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my plane is now repaired. So I'm going to fuel up. So I lost a little bit of time. I'm going to fuel up. Fuel up is a 3. So you go to the fuel up chart, and 3 is a normal fuel for fuel up, a 2-hour mark. So I'm just going to fuel up here, and I am ready to take off from Tucson. And I have a choice of taking 1 extra dice for extra gas, but there is issues with that. When you take off, you would take off with damage, so you don't want to roll a 1 or you don't go anywhere. I think I'm just going to go with the normal amount of dice. I'm going to take off from Tucson. So I'm just going to put down takeoff from Tucson right here, put a little marker. So I'm on day 2, and I roll a 3. So that's a good start. So 1, 2, 3. I take off from Tucson. My next one I'm going to roll is a 6. Man, after last time, I'm scared to even take in-flight damage. I think I'll just take the 2 instead of the 6 and move 1, 2. And I have 3 more dice left. So I'm hoping Miami's quite a ways away. I may just have to land in New Orleans. Depends what this is. I can pull off a 4. Yeah, Miami still looks too far away. Roll the next dice. I roll a 5. So do I try it again? Oh, man. Gun shy after last time. 1, 2. Maybe I will. You got to have a little bit of risk in this game. Let's take the 5. So I'm going to take some in-flight damage. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this map goes away since I'm done with it. And I bring this map in from Miami to San Juan. And I am going to take some in-flight damage because of that. So let's see what the in-flight damage is going to be. I roll a 6. That's an Man, I'm getting bad luck on this. So, oh, no, not angry. I just dropped the dice. So I'm going to roll for... and I roll a 3, which is a rudder and my wing. I'm picking up 2 damage right here. So I pick up 2 damage. And I want to try and get to Miami. 1, 2. I need a 4. Oh, man, I am playing this awful. I should have just made it safe. 1, 2. and I'm now gonna have to try and crash land, and I'm crash landing. I'm actually using this with 2 damage, so that does not look good. A 1 or a 2 and I'm toast, and a roll of 6, so I'm taking, I do make it, so I do land in Miami. That was really risky, probably not smart. Don't play how I play. And so I pick up, I got to do a landing damage to 2 rolls because it's got 2 stars. So number 2 is minor damage, structural damage, nothing happening. And 1, oh, minor tire damage. So my landing is okay, but I do have 2 damage from the flight. So I got to roll 2 dice. Add them together, that's an 11. Oh, man. So 11 times 4 is 44. So I need to repair the plane for 44 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 12 would be 17. 17 and 12 is 29. So add 44. 29 and 12 would be 41, 42, 43, 44. So yeah, I'm not doing very well here, folks. Now I'm going to have to fuel up, and a roll of 4, and that is a normal fuel up mark, 1 2-hour period. So I'm going to fuel up, and I am ready to take off from Miami. Yeah, I am not doing very well. Oh my, some bad rolls. You don't want to roll 5s and 6s in this game. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. I find it quite relaxing, but there is a lot of tension to the game. Next one, I roll a 2, so I'm going to take off. I'm back down to no damage, so I roll a 2, and I take off. And I think I'm just going to try and get to... that is SJN, which is, where is that on there? I forget. I'll have to look it up. Next one is going to be a 5. So I'm going to go, I think I'm just going to take the 2. I'm going to play it safe after my horrific start. And roll again, and a roll of 4. 1, 2... Oh, do I try and get the extra? 1, 2. Yeah, we're going to go 3, 4. I'm going to try and get to Carapito, Venezuela. So we're going to try that. We're going to go 4. We're going to go there. Now I just need a 2 on this last die if I can have any luck whatsoever. And I get a 4. So I'll take the 4. And that means I'm going to make it safely to Carapito. I have no damage. Now I'm just going to land it. And I land safely. Thumbs up. And so now I am in Carapito. Carapito, which is in Venezuela. And I am going to have to, if I check the 9 previous squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You check your last 9 squares. If you had any rest in the last 9 squares, you don't need to sleep. You can see my fuel up. That always comes second. You sleep first, then you fuel up. So I'm going to have to rest. So I'm going to do 1 dice to rest, and a normal sleep mark 4 2-hour time periods. So I'm going to rest, 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 and I'll fuel up. Oh, that's not good. Fuel up is an OO during fuel up. Next one, a roll of 5. Procedural government red tape. The die times a 3-block delay. So die times 3. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. 1, 2. So 3 times 1 is 3. So I've only got a small delay, a procedural government red tape delay. And I am ready for takeoff from Carapito, and I'm ready to take off. And Do I want an extra die to try and make it here? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna try it, and I'm gonna take off with a 5. I'm just gonna take the 2 for right now, and I'm gonna take off. I am now in the air and in my low heat. And next one, I might try and get here to boost myself. It'd be nice if I can pick up a 4 and to pick up a 5. So do I risk that in-flight damage? If I can get there and I have damage, I better not. I'm already so far behind. I better just take the 2. And looks like I'm probably going to have to land in PRM, which is Paramaribo, Surinam. Let's see how this goes. A roll of 1. Oh man, that is awful. So now I'm going to need a 2. I'm going to have to land with Paramaribo, and I'll take the 2 off the 6. So I will land. And now, how did my landing go? It is a 5, so I could have landing damage. So if you take a look at the card on the Lockheed Electra, a landing of a 5 is possible landing damage. So I'm going to the landing damage chart. I rolled a 6, and that is an uh-oh. That is not good for me. Again, having bad luck. Another one. I have a mayday on my landing. Next one is a 1, major malfunction. I crash landed and 3 damage. So I am having a real tough time here. So I landed in Panama. And I have 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Make sure I used all dice. So now I got to roll 3 dice. Add them up times 4. Hey, that's a great roll. 3, 6. 6 times 9 for repair is going to be 54. Oh, man. So 54 damage. So we've got 4 on the repairs. 4 and 12 is 16. 16 and 12 is 28. 28 and 12 is 40. 40 and 12 is 52. 53, 54. So my time is going by quickly. I'm only on map 3 and I'm already on day 12. I need to fuel up and I roll a 6. You gotta be kidding me. So when you roll on a 6 on fuel up, it's an uh-oh. And I roll a 3, a fuel leak is discovered, no damage, roll again for refuel. So that actually works out pretty good. And I roll a 1, which is a normal fuel up of a 2-hour mark. So get a normal fuel up there, and I am ready to take off again. So I'm going to take off here. And let's see how we do. I'm trying to get to, I might even get onto the next board. NTL is going to be Natal, Brazil, or FLZ, Fort Laramie, which is in French Equatorial Africa, which is Chad. So let's see how we're going to do here. I'm going to roll the dice. I roll a 2, so I get a good takeoff for a 2. And next, I need a 4. I get another 2, so that is working out pretty good. I'm going to try and make it to Natal if I can. There's a 4. That's perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is pretty good for me. And I'll bring in the new map. So I'm going from Natal to Dakar. And I have 1 more dice to try and, yeah, I'm not going to make it here. So I'm just going to bring this plane in and try and land it in Natal. I needed to, oh man, I got a 1. So nothing's going easy today. I am over water. I'm going to have to crash land. Hopefully I can make it here, and I will make it. But it is a crash land, and I'm going to take 1 damage. A 5 is going to be 1 damage on my crash landing. My landing gear, my underbelly takes 1 damage, so I'm going to have to repair that, and it's a 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. So I am doing absolutely horrible, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 12 is 17. And I need 7 more. Yeah, I had 24 damage, so I need 7 more. Here's 6. And 1 more is 7. So I'm on day 14. I need to fuel up. And I get an 00 on the fuel up, and we get a 4 engine electrical issue, and I have 1 damage on the fuel up. So I'm going to have to fix that, and I roll a 4. That's going to be another 24 blocks. Oh man, 4 and 12 is 16. And what did I say it was? It was 24, so 8 more. So 6, 7, 8. That was on the fuel up. And now I am already with no damage, ready to go. I am halfway through, and I am only in the Talon. There are, if you take a look at the maps, there's 13 maps. So when I'm done, I will finish in Oakland. So I should be on map 6 or 7. I'm only on map 4. So I got to make some time. I got to push my luck. I'm probably going to die in this one. I don't think I'm going to get there in 30 days. Let's have a little takeoff and see what we do with 6. Man, maybe I take the 6 and try for, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take off here. I'm going to take the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if I get any in or takeoff damage, or no, that would be, yeah, that'd be my take 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my takeoff damage. Takeoff damage is a 5. So I do have engine problems, 1 damage. So I do have 1 damage here. I'm going to have to land here because the next spot on my map, unless I can make it to Fort Lamy, because Dakar has a fix of 4 and Gale Molly has a fix of 20. I don't want to land here because I do have 1 damage, so I'm going to have to put the plane down here to avoid more delays already. I only roll a 1, so I go 1 more. Trying to get to Dakar, I roll a 3. Oh, and I shouldn't put it on 1 damage. There we go. In-flight 3 is a 3. Oh, I think I did that wrong. Yeah, if I have 1 damage and I roll a 1, I wouldn't have moved. So if you take a look at the cards, in-flight 1, I don't move. So now I'll move 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll take that. Now I'm going to try and get to Dakar here if I can. It's a 1. I don't move. Oh my gosh. I have all sorts of problems. I'm going to try and crash land again. So I'm crash landing with 1 damage already, and I roll a 6, which means I'm going to make it, but I got to roll twice for damage. So let's see what we're going to get here. We get a 2, which is minor structural damage. Nothing's happening there. And the second one is a 2, minor structural damage. Nothing happening there. So I don't get any additional damage, but I do have 1 damage from my flight. So I did land in Dakar. I keep forgetting to check the boxes off too. That's the one thing. So I have 1 damage. And a roll of 5, so you're going to lose 20 blocks. So that is 5 and 6 is 11. 11 and 6 is 17. 18, 19, 20 blocks. And I need to fuel up. And fuel up is a 5. Short delay and fuel up mark 2 2-hour time blocks. So fuel up, and I'm ready for takeoff from Dakar. So let's see here. Do I get extra dice and try and make it all the way to Al Fashir, Sudan. I'm really in trouble. So if I try and grab that extra dice, I think I'm going to. So I'm going to bring in an extra die. And when you do that on your takeoff, I believe it's like you have 1 damage on your takeoff. That's the compensation for taking the extra die. So gonna roll off a 1 dice damage charge. So here comes my, oh God. So I roll my takeoff. Now my takeoff with 1 damage is going to be 0. That's sort of the compensation for it. So I don't take off. I'm still here, and that sort of wastes the whole extra dice. This game has been a disaster from the beginning. And another 1. So I'm not, oh geez. Second one, I'm not getting off the ground. And a 5. So I can take a 5 and damage, but I think I'm just going to take the 2. So this extra dice is not really helping at all. And next one is a 1. So in flight 1, I'm going to move 1. It's only on takeoff with the extra fuel. So I'm going to move 1, but I'm in a lot of trouble here, folks. I'm going to have to land, here it is here, in Gao. But I'm going to need a decent roll even to land in Gao. I get a 1. So I roll a 1. So I'm over to the other side. I am going to have to crash land 1 more time. These are the worst rolls I think I've ever had, and I'm just struggling. So I get a 1 here, and now I need to crash land again to make it, and I roll a 6. So I'm going to get there on a 2, but I'm going to take 2 sets of damage. I'm in Gao is where I'm going to land. I roll a 6, so I'm going to take 2 things of damage and have a 6 and a 3. So a 6 would be an uh-oh. A 3 is minor tail rudder damage. There's no damage for this one. This is an uh-oh, so you're going to have to re-roll. And I roll a 2, which is wheel and tire damage. So I take 1 damage on my landing. So now I'm going to have to repair that. And look at Gao. Gao is a 20. So this is going to be a nasty, nasty repair. If I roll a 6, I think the game might be over. And I roll a 6. So it is going to be 120 2-hour blocks to repair it. I think I'm done like dinner here. So we have 1, 2, and 6 is 8. 8 and 12 is, yeah, they're gonna be like 10 blocks. Okay, so yeah, it all flustered. 8 and 12 is 20. 20 and 12 is 32. 32 and 12 is 44. 44 and 12 is 56. 56 and 12 is 68. 68 and 12 is 80. 80 and 12 is 92. And what do we need to get at? Oh, 120. 92 and 12. What have I got here? We're at 104. 104 and 12 is going to be 116. And 17, 18, 19, 20. So I am really doing awful. Gao has got me for that repair. Now I got to fuel up, and fuel up, hey, that is normal. So a 1-2 hour block. I'm running out of time. I'm on day 29. I'm only on Gao on map 5. Let's do, I'll just stick with 5 dice for right now. I think I'm done here, folks. Here comes my roll. A takeoff is a 2. So I'm going to take off from Gao. I roll a 2. I'm up in the air and doing great and enjoying the view. I roll a 6. think I'm just going to take the 2. If I can get to the other side. Actually, you know what? I am going to take the 6. Why not? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get to roll again on that airflow. 1, 2, 3. And I need to check for in-flight damage. In-flight damage 3. I'll tail or a rudder. So I have 1 damage on that. Can I keep going? I'm going to try and make it to KRC, which is Karachi, India. That's my goal. Need a high number here, a 6. I've already got 1 damage. What I'm gonna do? Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go here. We're going to go one more time. We're going to roll a 3. 1, 2. Do you want to fly low? 3. We'll go here. And I need to roll for that in-flight damage. And it's a 1. It's good. A fuel leak. There's nothing happening. So I will get rid of the Gal Alpha Shear map. And I will bring in the new map for Karachi, Calcutta. And see if I can get this. And I do. I make it. Awesome. Nothing bad is going to happen. I think I forgot to write down one of the numbers. 1, 2, 3. I've already spent 4 dice. And now for my landing. Let's see if we can get a good landing here, folks. 5. Damage on the landing. And a 4 is 1 damage, a hydraulic failure. So I am going to land, where did I say I was? Karachi. So I landed in Karachi. And I do have 1 damage, so I'm going to have to fix that. And it is going to be a 5 times a 4, which is 20. And that is effectively going to end my 30 days. So I am done. I'm stuck in Karachi. I didn't make it around the world in 30 days. But this is Aviatrix 37. I really quite enjoy this game. I never get it on the table enough. It's probably one of my favorites. I find it relaxing and fun, but there's lots of tension. And actually, I brought out the wrong map. I should have brought out map number 6 rather than map number 7. I don't think it would have mattered. I think I was running out of time anyway. So yeah, it's Aviatrix 37 from Plaay Games. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging. It's hard to win. They do have a campaign system where you can use a 10-sided dice. That's probably what I should have done, because I have an opportunity to use this. Once you failed, once you bring that into it. I'm just doing individual missions. I wasn't doing campaign, but I probably should. So that is Aviatrix 37 from Plaay Games. Talk to you later, folks.